Yo, 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 what it do? It's your boy Peanut.
And I'm Butter, and
And
welcome
welcome
to
to
the
the
Peanut
Peanut Butter
Butter
Show.
Show. And this week we're gonna be talking about gender roles and just how we facilitate like what should be done by each person in our relationship.
Uh, Before we get started on that, check out Mug Monday of the day. You know, I got the boy Sully. Had to check that out. Too good.
I got Mike Wazowski. Um, where do we get these mugs? I got these mugs as a housewarming gift because we just moved. Whoop, 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 and we mostly done packing. So I got us a new set of mugs.
Oh, oh.
So
Just picked up some more at the Goodwill, so stay tuned on these mugs. I'm telling you, it is crazy. But let's get right into it.
okay, cool. So we definitely see a lot of conversation about like gender roles and the way that our relationship is set up. For those of y'all that don't know, is I'm a stay-at-home mom and housemaker, and Bay here is the provider, and we appreciate you for all
We're
that
gonna
you
go
do.
get to that money, huh? You know it.
For all that you do. But what does that look like in our house, right? So obviously the last 11 months have looked a lot different because we haven't been together. And so obviously we're in two separate houses and everybody did for themselves. But before he left for boot camp, we already had a system in place about the way that we ran our house because if y'all watched the last episode, and shout out to y'all that watched the last episode and made it through to the end, all the comments, all the
Yeah,
love we got, like
yeah.
mad appreciation, like so much.
Love.
Um, but we had a way that our house ran. So we're gonna talk about that today because we all love the idea of a barefoot housewife. And a man that provides and does nothing else. But let's get into it. Because is that what's going on in our house?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Like,
There's got to be some mutuality going around. Like,
let me just start by saying
something.
I am not a feminist. I do not subscribe to the idea. I don't think either one of us do that women can and should do everything the men do. I don't.
No,
And not even that we
not.
can't do it.
I'm not saying that women are incapable. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But it's like,
Why would you?
yeah, like, I mean, if that's your love, that's your passion, man, go
That's
get
one
at it,
thing,
you
right?
know. But if you're just doing it because, like, oh, I'm trying to prove a point, like, I mean, okay,
What's that song? I could do anything, you could do better.
but why?
Anything you could do, I could do too.
You know, like,
But like I don't want to. Like I could take out the trash, but my man. Like
yeah, I can handle the trash, no biggie.
my
Like,
man. I could very well um be the sole caretaker of our children, of our child.
yeah, I won't complain. Sit at the crib, make a sandwich. Shit, I make a sandwich, watch the kids, go make that money. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Either way it go, I'm gonna get to it.
Um, and there have been times in our life, like in our relationship, where we both been the breadwinner, whether it was one person was working and the other was given a chance to pursue their passion and their dreams,
Yeah.
or if just one person was making more money than the next person. Like, we don't believe in the 50-50. What's the 50-50, babe?
There really is no 50-50. That's a bluff. It's a hoax, a myth. Shit is not true. It's never gonna be 50-50. So like, I don't even know what the 50-50 is. I
I don't know.
erase that shit from my brain. Like, the woman don't always need to be the one to cook. Man, get in the kitchen. Make your wife a sandwich.
Everybody
Make
can't
the
cook.
Yeah, that's
Don't
true.
tell them to get in the
Hey,
kitchen,
look,
they're gonna
look,
burn it
look.
down.
I ain't gonna name drop, but I got a homie. That nigga cannot cook. Not
But we
his wife
love you to
cook
death.
all his meals, like all of them. Like, I'd be scared. He'll probably burn down his own house making a ham sandwich. It's bad. Like, take out all the time if his wife ain't present. Like, I love you to death, and if you watch this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But
You know who you are. And we do. We love you.
it's bad though.
It is bad.
Bad. Don't worry. I'm buying my cookbook. I'm gonna send it over to him
But you know what?
because
we just like place our strengths, right? Like,
Yeah.
what do you like to do?
Driving, because I like to make sure we get there safely. Because
I could drive.
this one, now, I can drive.
I could drive.
I could steer a boat. Don't mean I'm gonna do it well. We might crash, but I did it. So like,
That is hella funny because I taught you how to drive.
and that's
Y'all,
what's crazy.
it's so funny. He
Oh
always do this
goodness
thing.
gracious,
I
here we
taught
go.
him how to drive.
I
And
taught you
now
how to
like
drive.
I've just been driving for so long and I used to drive so much. Like I just don't care to drive. My man is here. Why would I drive? And my man enjoys that. Like when we drove back from Texas, we were supposed to split that ride. We didn't.
Boy, I drove like 10 hours.
It was longer than 10 hours because we had to go the long way back.
It wasn't that bad though. I like driving. It's cool. Just enjoy the road, especially if everyone in the car sleep. Oh man, you just vibing your own music.
No, baby, I be ready to go to sleep. It's me. I'm the one asleep.
You can get it for real, but yeah, like I don't know. I don't know that whole gender roles thing. I don't know where it came from. I guess it came from like back in the day when the woman would always cook and man would always work. But like,
But I
man,
think
times is different, man.
I think that's really like honestly, I think that is a thing that was pushed on us because culturally speaking, like culturally speaking, I've always known black men to be in the kitchen. My dad, my grandpa, my poppy, y'all, my poppy could cook.
That
My poppy could cook. Y'all hear me? And my grandma could cook. I love my grandma and my poppy kept me fed the whole time I was pregnant, and I love them to death. Shout out to y'all, love them to death. But my poppy in there cooking, and it's always been like that. It's always been like my great grandpa. I ain't gonna say they was, all the men ain't always been good at it. They ain't always been the best cook in the house, but they always cook. They always help take care of them children. I've never understood what it is, and I do think it's cultural. Like I've met people from other countries, like African countries, Middle Eastern countries, and stuff, where the man legitimately is the sole provider.
Yeah.
Right, but that is a big cultural difference to the way that Americans see the word provider when you talk about a man in the house.
I don't know, man. Like I'll be the sole provider, but I
You'll be the
actually
sole moneymaker.
I wouldn't do anything else. Like if that was my only destination, I wouldn't be nothing. I wouldn't be doing nothing else. I wouldn't even look at a pot or a pan or a stove. Like I'm just expecting that, but that's how it is. I'm not saying it should be like that. Most definitely, like, but I'm saying that's how a lot of people view it. I don't. I'm gonna get in there and cook me something. I want to eat a sandwich. I'm gonna eat me a sandwich, whether you make it or I make it. Don't care.
But you usually don't have to make it. Like I like to cook.
Yeah.
I like to feed my man, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if it's the Southern woman in me or what it is, but I like to feed my man. I like my man. I like to know that he ate because I did that. And so if he say he hungry, as long as I'm able to in that moment, I usually get up. Okay, babe, what you want to eat? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Actually, he made breakfast more often than I do. I'm be honest.
When we first got back together, she was like, I really don't
I
eat
don't. I
breakfast.
don't
I'm
really
like,
because for a long time I didn't
ugh.
really eat breakfast. Y'all know why? It's because of the eggs. I'm not really a big fan of eggs.
Eggs are good protein,
I'm not,
man.
but that's what I'm telling you. Like I
You just
only
gotta get it.
started eating eggs.
I really don't even like eggs that much. I just eat it just cause. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
It's propaganda.
It's not really like realistically. You're supposed to sleep 8 hours. That's 8 hours with no food in your body. All your food that you
Okay,
did eat
so
has
but like,
digested.
should it be something as big and heavy as eggs every day?
Eggs and bacon. That's light.
I feel like we're getting off topic. I feel like we're about to spiral into breakfast food.
Probably, but gender roles, man. Like
The 50-50.
I don't, I don't
And
believe in it.
and and
Like
and what
men, you
is
can
that?
clean, cause like, have you ever just like gotten that frenzy? Talking to my man here, like you just clean up your room or your little game room, or you clean up a pair of shoes or something. You just clean it real good. And you like, damn, like I did that. Like I clean it feel good sometimes. Maybe not, because a lot of us grew up with that. On Saturday, you hear that music going loud, you know, oh God, it's
I
cleaning
think people are
Saturday.
scared.
And I'm
I
like,
think it's like a trauma response. Is why a lot of people don't like to clean up.
I like to clean. I'm an addict for cleaning. Like I like my joints to be spotless, kind of. Sometimes I don't want to. all that dirt and
It don't have to
chilling.
be spotless for me. I be busy. It don't have to be spotless. Now it don't have to be spotless 24/7.
Mm.
Now, at the end of each day, yes, I would like to wake up to a clean room. I want to wake up and walk into, a clean living space and that kind of stuff. But especially now that we have a kid, like every
Yeah,
day is
that's
just
true.
not that.
That's true.
And so, be realistic with your partners, bro.
Yeah.
Be so realistic because
But that
every day is just not that.
you a woman, you got to do this. I'm a
No,
man, I gotta do this. Man, you gotta cut
cut
that
that.
out. That shit is gross, and it's like pointless. It's a waste of your time. Like it's just you creating barriers and dividends between your marriage and between the relationships between your partner for no reason.
Yeah,
Like just
because
do it. Set your pride aside. Look. You take that mug, you box it up, and you set that mug to the side. Cause realistically, bro, you setting yourself up for failure or for something to just fall
y'all know,
out of sync for whatever reason be.
you know what I heard recently? I heard, I think it was on a podcast or something I was listening to, or watching or whatever, and it was married women talking, and they said that the advice they got from their elders or whatever when they was getting married was, don't start a habit that you can't keep up,
Yeah.
right? And then they were talking about like for instance, y'all, my husband really don't make his plate often because I'm the one usually cooking. But it's not that he never makes his plate. Now, if we go out, can't nobody else make my man plate for him. I don't play that. I, I don't play that. If I'm there, either I'm gonna make his plate or he gonna get up and make his plate. But you can't make his plate for him. Nah. Because I feel like that's a love language. I feel like that's really showing love to somebody. Now, let's say it was a thing like when I gave birth, right? And people came over to the house and they were feeding me, like people were making my plate for me and that kind of thing. There was a time where nope, not in our relationship. I was about to say when you got sick. I mean, other people could cook, but y'all not gonna make my man plate. I To me, it feel like spoon feeding him if you make his plate, and I'm just not gonna let you do that. That's for me. That's for me to do.
I don't care who
However,
make the plate as long as I'm eating. So
however,
shit.
all of that to say that whatever I was watching, they was talking about how um the man, the husband, um had gotten used to not having his plate made because they had been married for a long time, and they said like I've never made my husband make his own plate, and so when I'm making his plate, like he's sitting down chilling, and then one day I got mad at him for not making his plate, but like
Mm-hmm.
for what?
Yeah.
He doing what he know. Like he know that I'm gonna get up and make his plate. And so I think that's a really big thing when it comes to like gender roles and the way that you subscribe to splitting responsibilities in your relationships and in your marriage is don't start off no habits. Don't be no newlyweds. Don't be honeymoon phasing and everything. And start doing something that you're not gonna be able to maintain.
Yeah. And this really ain't to judge y'all because people gonna do what they do
Yeah,
regardless.
that's
This
the
is some
truth.
insight on like
What we
we
do.
have tried it and it did not go well. And
Yep.
we still new, but we learn and we taking those even when you take a loss, you turn around and take it as a lesson. Like, okay, yeah, I did this and it didn't work out, but how can I help it? Or how can I make it work out in the future? That makes sense. Like, like I would rather not fail the same way again because you probably most likely gonna fail again.
It's not
But
most
failure
likely.
is part of
Yeah.
growth. Like you don't have true growth without some type of discomfort, without some type of failure, without type of something. So it's just learning from that. And if you fail again, just make sure that you never fail the same way twice in a row, or you're really doing something wrong. So that's all I can really say.
Yeah. Y'all, we love y'all. And we are so excited to talk about the things because people definitely did submit topics to us that y'all want us to discuss and go over and stuff. And we're so excited to do that. But please know what worked for us.
May
Work for
not work
us
for
because we
you.
make it work.
Yeah.
It may not work for you. Now y'all can listen to us. It may give you an idea for what worked for you. But if gender roles work for you, baby, if 50-50, if y'all keep a tally on who gave they 50 today, That's between you and the good Lord.
Yeah.
Don't come to us with that.
If it worked for you,
it worked for you. It don't work for us though. And I realized that it don't work for most people. Most of the people that we've interacted with, elders, let me tell y'all something. We are the kind of people that sit at the feet of our elders. We really do listen when wise people try to give us advice. We listen to even the entertainment that we indulge ourselves in a lot of time. Other podcasters, the research that we had to do to get ourselves started and stuff in this space. We are always looking to learn more, right? And to learn together. There definitely are things that I'm better at no fault to my husband.
Go ahead, continue.
What you making a face for?
I continue. You know.
It's things that I'm better at with no fault to my husband, regardless of what face he sit here and make about it. I'm better at things, but a lot of the things that I'm not good at, he's good at, and that's the importance of a good relationship is the balance, right? Like you can't be led by a man that know everything about everything about everything.
Yeah, you just don't.
That's being drugged. That's not leading.
There's always room to grow. The human mind is made to expand, to grow, to gain knowledge, to know more things. So it's like there's always room. Even if you think you just the baddest, most perfect motherfucker walking in front of you, not. You can get taught something. And if not, karma or life gonna humble you real quick. Like,
That's true.
let me show you something that you thought you knew, but you don't. Boom.
That's true.
Now you're cooked. But
so, what's a couple? Do you think gender things that like are almost non-negotiable in our house? Do we have any? Taking out the trash. I already said that, y'all.
Trash.
I'm not taking out the trash.
See, back in high school, I was a janitor, so like trash, all right, cool, whatever. It was like nothing. I don't take out the trash.
Y'all, I grew up in a house. I love my brother to death, but he was the only man in there. And we got one simple rule: when it's a man in the house, the women don't take out the trash. It may seem old school to a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not filthy. If the trash need to go out and ain't nobody to do it, I'm gonna do it. If it need to go out and my husband's at work, he not in the house right now, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna get done. But if he gonna come home later that night, he gonna take that trash to the street when it's time to pick the trash up for the week.
Don't let her fool you. If I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching TV or something. I'm like, hey, take the trash out. And she's gonna run and do it. You know that.
Please don't get on here and get yourself in no trouble.
You know what I'm saying?
Please don't get yourself in no trouble. No, say that if you ask me to do something, then I'll do it because you asked me to.
Yeah, let me put it like that. Being like my maid, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, knees, man, my back, work that me in. How about you take out the trash today? She ain't gonna say no. She might give me a stank look. She ain't gonna say no. Like it's just unreasonable and unrealistic. Like,
but on a regular day.
A regular day, I'll take the trash out.
I'm not taking the trash out.
I'd rather my shit be clean. I'm gonna take the trash out even if it's half empty. If I threw away 2 stinky diapers and some food, this shit's going out.
But okay, but I'm not waiting for it to be full. That's what I'm saying. I'm not filthy. If it needs to go, it's going. Yeah. If it needs to go, it's going. So there's trash.
Say trash. That's really it for the most part.
Grocery shopping, y'all. Can't stand sending my man grocery shopping.
I do it, but she be like, oh, go get some ketchup. And then you bring back Heinz, and she wanted a regular brand.
No, like, he be bringing back Great Value, and I want Heinz.
Did you specify? You said go get some ketchup. You didn't say what brand, what this, what that. Like, ladies, you're gonna send your man to grocery shop. Give me the specifics. You want? I don't. Oh, go get me an onion. I bring home a red onion. Oh, you didn't. I wanted a white onion. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? You know, you said bring me an onion. I walk by, onion, grab, bag, check out.
Okay, so the thing is, right, because I'm the person that's in the kitchen most often, I'm the person that knows the brands. But like to write it down, to remember what brands I want, writing it down, like that just feel like a lot.
I'll write it down. Like you need to know what it looked like or something. When I hit that FaceTime, like, is it this one? Is it that one?
Okay, but right. So, but what I'm saying is that I could grocery shop without FaceTiming you. Like, you be at the grocery store with me.
Yeah, but I'm worried about what you're picking out or what we're eating for dinner. Because just like shopping, man, you get in there and you just be like, We've been here 2 hours. I'm
That's
trying
the
to go
issue.
home.
What is that about men?
What, man?
Y'all
Who
don't
wants
have no patience in a store.
man?
It don't matter
Patience
if it's groceries
and
or
a hour and a
clothing.
half in a grocery store is one thing. Like we've been here
You take
millions
a.
of
I
times,
don't know why you don't think
thousands.
grocery top. Use your words, Selena. I don't know why you don't think grocery shopping takes a long time.
If
When I
you
have to go grocery shopping, that's like an all day affair for me. I need to get up. I try to do it in the middle of the week when only the old folks is out because
if
it's not
you
as busy
go
in the stores.
into the grocery store with a grocery list and still spend an hour and a half in
Because
there,
what if they don't
something is
have
wrong.
what if they don't have my brand? Then I gotta and then when we go grocery shopping, we go to more than one store.
Yeah, but
But when I write it on the list, I don't write what store I need to get it from.
I need to change that.
But I don't be remembering. Anywho, y'all, because this is off topic.
Real bad.
We way
We
off
got
topic.
trash, grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping.
What's one more?
Mm.
Really and honestly, I have no clue because I, like I'm saying, we don't see that gender roles jump. Like if it needs to be done, it's just gonna get done. And I feel
Yeah,
like when you
we
try to
talk about
put
it.
labels on
We make a
things
plan.
or try to set everything up to work a certain way, the moment it doesn't, any slight like complication, interference, everything goes to shit because that's something you were used to and it's like a cycle that you were used to. So it's like, okay. Yo, your bike is turning, your wheels are going, then you get a flat out of nowhere, you run over a nail, and I was like, oh no, I need a new bike. Like, just fix it, work around the flat. Like that gender roles, I don't know. I just recently figured out that gender roles was like a thing. Like, I mean, I heard about it, like, oh yeah, only the woman should cook and this and that, but I never really thought like people actually like, oh
Subscribe
man,
to it.
no, my wife, like, I've never cooked a meal in my house ever. Like, ugh, dude, make a sandwich, some homemade pizza, some like that's my
Make a
biggest thing. It's
sandwich.
just like,
Oh, y'all! Shout out to our Winnie the Pooh wear.
oh yeah, this shirt here, fire, thrifted. We got this. Shout out to the homie Kyra when we went ThriftCon.
ThriftCon.
I got this John for $5. It was at the bottom of the pile. I said, wait, let me see that. John say, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Probably not in that order, but
That's what's
this
funny.
is a fire piece.
I got this shirt from either Walmart or Target when I was pregnant. Y'all can see it's big because I bought it while I was pregnant. It was so comfy because y'all was pregnant when it was cold. So comfy, and it's not super heavy, so like I wasn't like too hot in it. Still a fire piece. But now we both got Winnie the Pooh wear.
Won't be like me so bad, y'all.
Did you just
So
leave me
bad.
hanging?
Oh shit, my bad.
This
She
crazy.
won't be like me so bad.
Anyways, yeah, I think when it comes to gender roles, when it comes to not just gender roles, but anything in your relationship, like sit down, talk about it, make a plan, and do what works for you. Because what works for us don't work for everybody. Okay, we don't play the who make more money card. We
Gross.
don't play the what is it called? The male role, the provide and you take care of the finances. And I was looking at this thing the other day, and it was
I'm
this.
always looking at something.
I know I am always looking at something. It was this. It was a Facebook group that I'm in, and it was the stay at home moms group. And this lady she made a question, and she's like, does y'all's husband give you an allowance?
Ugh. What are you, my 10-year-old kid who's freaking washing dishes and taking
Do
out the
y'all get an
trash?
allowance? Like, we don't play none of
Ugh.
that, y'all, because everything is mine is his, and vice versa. And we are really serious about that. Um,
And that
that
don't mean just go spending up all your partner shit, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nigga don't work for some money and then you're like, oh yeah, I feel like going shopping this weekend. What's mine is yours, right? Negative. Like at least have,
yeah,
you
and
know,
we're respectable about it. But
yeah,
that's what I'm
talk about it
saying.
at
Make
least,
a
you know.
plan and do what works for you.
Yeah.
Because apparently stuff like allowances work for some people. That don't work for me. It don't work
It's
for
probably
us.
for them like filthy rich motherfuckers who's like, yeah, my husband making da 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 da. Like, yeah, okay.
No, I think that's people with poor financial decision making. You
True.
need an allowance.
Could be whatever. as far as we going with this, we've been all over the place with
Yeah,
this
we
episode
have.
today. But this gender role, it's because it's like gender roles. What is it? Why
Like
is it?
what? Why?
And if it was what it was, why is it still what it is?
Right.
If that makes
We too
sense.
far from that.
Yeah.
We too far from that.
Times are not the same.
Um, shout out to you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What I
because I
did.
am a stay-at-home mom. And y'all, let me make a really big shout out because I've been staying at home since January. I didn't have my baby till March, and I'm not going to start working again until no earlier than March of next year when our baby turns 1. So, and we'll give y'all an episode about pregnancy and postpartum and things, but that it's been a long time that I haven't been working. And
Meanwhile, I've been getting punched and beat up in boot camp by the
who was punching you?
RDCs and when they even stomping
Who
on
was
me and
punching you?
not really, not really, but
But yeah, shout out to you because you do go out and you are the breadwinner right now, and you still come home and do what you do,
yeah,
and
of
so I appreciate that.
course, man.
We appreciate that.
You gotta get
We
it, man.
appreciate being able to stay home. I do also want to say that I understand. I completely understand that the conversation that we having right now, not just about gender roles, but specifically about finances, is a conversation of privilege. And we have been blessed tremendously to be privileged enough that I am able to stay home with my son, with our son, and that, we are able to do all of the things that we do. We are tremendously blessed. And I don't want to take that for granted. I don't want to say that, I don't understand because there was a time that we weren't as financially secure as we are now. And this wouldn't have been a thing if we would have had a baby a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, and
But yeah,
so I do appreciate all the sacrifice and all the things that you do to,
oh yeah.
play a role in this. But also big props to the God because God take care of us every single time.
I guess when we're talking about gender roles, because again, still all over the place here, it's just finding what works for you. Like you've been stressed out with your partner and you feel like you've been doing one thing and they just never do this one thing that's overwhelming to you. Sit down with them, talk about it. Like, hey, look, I do this a lot. Maybe once a week, twice a week, you could pick this up. Whether it be something small like cleaning up, or I cook, you clean up, because that's a big one that we do. And
Hmm.
vice versa. Oh, if I cook something, all right, hey, clean the kitchen real quick, please. All right, appreciate it.
Or
Hey, I
like
just
when
finished
I'm
cooking.
putting Ephraim down for bed, he's cleaning up downstairs,
Yeah,
all of his toys and stuff, and
yeah.
um,
Vice versa. Just finding
just
things
switching
that works.
off.
Finding a
Yeah,
balance, man. Mom put in that little meme of Thanos. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. It should be. It should be perfectly balanced, man. You should just find
yeah.
that fine line.
And it's not always gonna stay perfectly balanced, and
No,
that's why you
absolutely
keep
not.
talking about it because things change, your
Absolutely not.
schedule changes, your
There's
needs
gonna be
change,
something
your
that
wants
tips
change,
that
your interests,
scale, man.
and then you
And
sit down and talk about it.
you can't just let it all go to hell once something goes wrong, because something's always gonna go wrong. Nothing's gonna ever. Oh man, I gotta find that video of it's Adventure Time when JQ was like, "What's the point of everything going right in your life? Then what's the point of living?" Like, true, because there's always gonna be problems. There's always gonna be something. So just kind of like staying focused and knowing like whether it be gender roles, whether it be something stupid, you can sit down and talk about it. There is a way out of something. And certain things, it's not.
No, there's a way out of everything.
Yeah,
There's an
that's
answer
true.
for everything.
The answer for everything.
Now, whether you like it,
It might be ended. It might be ended. You might not want to hear that ended shit, but it might be like,
it may not serve you anymore, and that's okay too, because we have come to points in our relationship. There was a point in our life where we didn't serve each other. Y'all gonna get that story eventually.
yeah.
But there was a point in our life that we went a couple years apart because we did not serve each other.
Yeah,
And
we ain't gonna give them too much on that. Gender roles. If you
and
believe in it, I support you. But if it's not working for you, find a way for it to work for you.
make it work.
Yeah, because it can be worked on and it can be figured out. It's just gonna take the dedication of two people. It can't be no one sided working out. That just is never gonna happen. Gender roles, man, men, Look up some YouTube recipes. Trust me, I done did it a few times. Don't be ashamed, man. Look up some, watch
Or
a little
even just
quick
go in the kitchen
video.
and help.
Yeah, watch her while she cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what you doing? Oh, okay, you doing that? Try it.
Can I help you?
If
Can
you
I
cook,
cut some vegetables?
man, one night if you cook something that's nasty, guess what? At least you tried.
At least you
And
tried.
then ask her, look, like, that shit is gross. Did I not season it enough? Did I not cook it long enough? For real, bro. That's how I had to learn. Like, I would just
Yeah.
get in there and like cook something. I'd be like, I tell my brother, like, oh shit, I made us something to eat. He'd be like, oh yeah, he'll eat that shit. Like, ugh. I'm like, nigga, I'm trying. I never did this shit before. Like, trial and error. And same thing, like, man, if your wife asks you to clean up a little bit, hey man, clean it up. Just throw it up, whatever. Anything to say to the the wifeys?
Um, don't find yourself in a position where you blowing up about it. Talk about it if it's getting on your nerves, because you know what's getting on your nerves. You know your capacity. You know your limits. I know we as women sometimes, especially black women, we are taught so often to like carry the weight, but put it down, sis. Talk to your man. Okay, when I don't like something, even if the best word you have is, I would like to find a way to talk about this, right? Because that's the way that we approach things sometimes. It's, hey, this is bothering me, but I don't know how to approach you about it. I just want to put it out there that's bothering me right now. And as the words start to come and such things, whether it's in that moment or a couple days later, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it because we've made a space that says that, hey, I put it out there and let's marinate on it for a few days. And then let's talk about it. But talk about it. And women, I'm going to challenge y'all to use I statements when you talk about something.
Yeah.
Because I'm real quick to tell somebody, you the problem. You don't. You the reason. But the truth is,
as soon as that you come, that's when I'm like,
right, it
now
causes,
you can talk to me later because I
right,
ain't talking to you right now. Oh, you ain't gonna talk to me? No, I will not.
it causes
Okay.
issues. So when it comes to gender roles or any issue that you have, even if it's not an issue, even if it's just something that you just want to talk about, right? Because sometimes stuff comes up in your relationship and you just want to talk about it. Like, am I doing this right? Do I, insecurity, whatever it is for you. If you are harboring it, if you holding on to it, you need to let it out. And so I'm going to challenge y'all women to use I statements. And it's the thing that I learned in therapy. And I really, really do try hard to discipline myself and use I statements. I feel that I could use some more help with X, Y, and Z. And I would appreciate if help was given to me in this way. If help for me looked like this, I would be able to receive it better. Do y'all know the difference that makes in talking to a man? Try it out, sis. Try it out.
All right. Well, this episode of Peanut Butter Show was gender roles. If y'all didn't know by the bouncing of topics, it was very bounceative. But tune into the next episode. We got some spicy for y'all, some good, a little bit more on topic, a little bit more
Concrete.
pizzazz, if you will. Concrete
I
says a
feel like
little
this
too.
had a lot of pizzazz.
Yeah, have
You didn't feel like
pizzazz,
it
but
had this.
get a little bit more center.
Look at look.
Let me cut this off real quick. All right, y'all. Hey,
Y'all
well,
have a
I
good
appreciate y'all
day.
if y'all made it to the end. I know it was all over the place this episode, but you know what I'm saying? Gender roles. I don't believe in it. I really don't know too much about it, but it was a topic that was brought up, so I felt like we should express ourselves on the topic, being how we maneuver it and how we go about gender roles and specifics on who should do what. And I still don't really sit too right with me, but hey, shout out to anyone who made it to the end of the video. I appreciate y'all.
Like, comment, and
And subscribe.
subscribe. And subscribe. And share.
Share it too, yeah, man. You know
Share,
somebody
y'all.
going through it, man, a little marriage, something, or a little relationship that they're thinking about turning into a marriage, man. Send them our way. We're gonna have some good stuff coming out. So y'all stay tuned and stay blessed. Love always.